everyone, welcome to the beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, fabulous jazz community. Today is a chit chat video. I want to thank you guys all for voting on this topic. So if you don't follow me on my Instagram, please go ahead and jazz over there at Jazz and Miguel, because you guys voted on this poll that I made right over here. And we're going to be talking about, do most boys prefer skinny girls? Let's get real. Let's start jazzing. I do want to warn you all that this topic I do have a very strong opinion about, and the topic is maybe even a little bit personal to me because I've gone through this and I've seen this firsthand in my life. Keep in mind, these are my opinions, my thoughts, take it as you want, but let's talk about that. And I want to know what your opinions are as well. Let me know in the comment section below respectfully, and let's start chit-chatting, okay? So, do most boys prefer skinny girls? My answer, drum roll, my answer is yes. Most boys do prefer skinny girls. Now let's go ahead and unravel on why I think like this. I want you to keep in mind what the question is that we're talking about, right? Do most boys, I'm not saying all, because obviously not all of them, but most boys do prefer skinny girls. I want to talk about the difference between a boy and a man. I do believe that boys really care a lot more about the physical aspect of a woman than their personality, but I feel like once the boys become a man, I feel like they do become a bit more flexible with what their preferences are. For example, let's say there is like a 12-year-old boy, right, in middle school. God knows how middle school boys are sometimes. Hormones are over the place, and not just boys, but girls. We are right there, okay? Once they get older, once that 12-year-old boy is now 30 or in the late 20s, their perspective of their physical preferences on a girl does become a bit flexible. And I've seen that through a lot of my friends that have grown up. Like, their taste in women have completely shifted from when they were a boy to now when they are a man. I did mention in the beginning that this topic is very like personal to me, and I want to share my story about this. So growing up, I've always been pretty chubby. I've been obese. However, once I was in 6th grade, I was, you know, pretty big, and I was like, I need to have a glow up. Because I saw in middle school, like, girls, like, their boobs were coming out. I don't know, like, how people looked was a big deal. So I was like, I need to have a glow up, and the first way to do that is by losing weight. So your girl, during the summer, she committed to that, and I started losing weight. In the beginning, it was in a very healthy way. Like, it was very healthy. And this happened when 6th grade was over. So it was literally in the summer between 6th and 7th grade. So during that summer, I was losing weight. Guess what happened when I entered 7th grade? And nobody has seen me for the past 3 to 4 months. I was a whole new person to them. Whole new person, a whole new snack. Before I lost weight, like, no boys would come and approach me. No one would like me. All the people I had a crush on, they would never have a crush back on me. Like, it was just no, rejections everywhere. But when I stepped to school as a 7th grader with a tiny waist, boobs, butt, everything, new jean size, I think I was like size 1. When I stepped on that campus, let me tell you, everyone treated me differently, boys and girls. And I was shocked. For the first time, a guy asked me to be his girlfriend. I said no to him like 3 times, but he kept asking me out. So unfortunately, I said yes on the 4th time. Yeah, I was like, what? If I was still the same weight I was 6th grade, I'm pretty sure this guy would never have looked at me in that way, but he did. And when I was with him, a lot of guys still tried to get at me. And that is not to toot my own horn. That is how it was. And I was shocked. I was like, what? Me? Like, here it was getting rejected by everyone. All of a sudden having my first boyfriend, to other guys want me to date them. while I'm dating someone else. It was crazy. The amount, like, it was just crazy. I remember there were like 2 guys that wanted, like, asked me out while I was going out with him, and they were like, I know you're going out with him, but we can do it in the down low, you know, like, basically they're telling me to cheat on my boyfriend and they will be okay with it. They're not gonna tell anyone. And I said no to all of them. And all these other guys started to like tell me and ask me out and were asking me if I was dating, and that's never ever happened before, like, never. And not just that, guys, but girls, the popular group of girls would never talk to me. They knew I existed, but they would never talk to me. All of a sudden in 7th grade, they started talking to me. They will be like,
Jasmine, wow, you lost weight. You look amazing. What's your secret?
They wanted to know exactly how I did it. A lot of the popular girls were a little bit bigger than I was because I lost a lot of weight, like a lot, like maybe even a little bit too much. The cool girls started talking to me, boys started coming at me left and right. So I do want to share that the same thing is actually happening to my younger sister. My younger sister was also pretty chubby, and now she's losing weight, and all of a sudden she noticed that since she started losing weight, guys have been asking her out, which has never ever happened before. And I told her and I warned her about my experience, to just be careful. And yeah, I just felt like sharing that because that's also something that my sister is literally going through. However, let's talk about what happened once I gained weight, because boy, that did happen. We broke up, and I'm the type of person that I eat my feelings away. Unfortunately, I'm still working on that. I gained weight and all the boys dropped. Like, none of them started talking to me, none of them started asking me out, no one was attracted to me anymore because I gained weight. You need to understand that there is a guy for every woman. But I do want to talk about preferences. We need to understand that people have preferences just like you do. Yes, you do. And some of us can be really, really picky on the physical preferences that we have for our spouse or our partner. I do want to say your preferences do say or speak on the things that you value and who you are as a person. For example, I'm gonna just talk about me, okay? I am Christian. My preference on my significant other is that I want them to be Christians. That is something they must have, and that is a preference that I have, and that shows what I value. What do I value? My faith, my relationship with God. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just keep in mind that your preferences do speak on who you are and what you value. And that's something that we need to be respectful about, and we need to understand that it's okay to have preferences. Some people prefer just to date people who are in their same culture, same religion, because they might understand, like, and they have the right to have those preferences, right? They do. However, some people are a little bit more flexible, some people are a lot more open-minded, and some people prefer skinny girls over chubby girls, curvy girls, thick girls. Like, that is just something that is normal, and you cannot let someone else's preferences define who you are, because that's ridiculous. And I want to go ahead and conclude this video by telling you all my girls out here, that I know our body changes, especially once you have a baby. Your body might not be the same, and you could be insecure about your boyfriend liking you, the baby daddy. But just keep in mind that hopefully we all end up with a guy who is not a little boy anymore. I want you girls out there to be confident, and I want all the boys and men out here who are watching this video to comment down below and let me know your experience. And I know this could be the other way around, because a lot of girls do prefer fit man. I know that exists too, that does. But one thing I do want to tell you guys is that let God be in the middle of your relationship. Let God be the one who truly transforms and creates those beautiful relationships for you. And all my girls and guys out here, do not obsess over relationship. Do not become obsessed on finding your significant other. Do not become obsessed with that, because that is not honoring to God. You need to leave that to God. Pray about it with God. Trust with God with that relationship, because relationships are a lot more than being skinny or not skinny or what someone else prefers. Focus on God and what He wants for you to do, what He wants in your life, and say amen to those stuff, and say amen to what God is telling you to do, and let God create those impactful relationships in your life. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about this topic. What are your perspectives? Let me know. I am dying to know where your thoughts are. If you guys have any personal stories you guys have gone through just how I shared mine, please share yours down below. Let's get real, let's get honest, let's open up, let's be respectful of people's preferences. And remember, like always guys, no matter what, no matter the rejections, remember to keep on jazzing and stay in touch. Adios.